Hello everyone, welcome to the Chart Shot Gamescast. Each and every week, friends gather around, talk about the games they're playing, things going on in their lives. They have with me, Justin.
I forgot to think of a way to introduce myself, so ta-da!
And Ben.
I am not Ben, I am Rain. I am the Prince of Edenia and rightful god of everything. Bow to me, bitches.
I thought you were Dark.
God?
Right? You know what? You can't hear me when I'm wearing this mask because I'm a god. If I take this off, then my powerful words will destroy you. This is for your protection.
Are you talking about like the NRA guy? What the actor? What's his name?
What?
Like that old actor guy. That's like the head of the NRA.
I thought.
Don't know who you're talking about.
I don't know. I thought he was Darkseid for some reason.
I could be.
NRA.
I'm better than Darkseid.
Charlton
Darkseid's
Heston.
a bitch.
Charlton Heston.
Charlton,
like the president.
He's also a bitch.
Yeah.
Is everyone a bitch?
If you support the NRA, you're a bitch.
Oh, sorry, he's not currently the president, but he's known for being the president. Anyway.
Well, fuck him.
Anyway, let's talk about the games we've been playing or things going on in our lives. Today, with me, Justin.
We just did that. Am I having a stroke?
I was hoping you would try and come up with something witty at this point, but
I think I did.
Go ahead, say whatever you have to say.
That wasn't bad. Ooh, what you say? Ooh, that you so sorry, I'm in a weird mood because it's been like a bad mental health week, so I'm trying to overcompensate.
Oh no,
you know? It's fine. It's just the weather change, it's like the season change.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a cat on my lap right now, so it's okay. Oh, he's so upset. He's like, I was sleeping.
He's like, put me the fuck down, bitch. Put me the fuck down.
How dare. Oh, he left.
Oh, there he goes.
So yeah, I've been playing a lot of PS5 stuff, obviously. I 100% / platinumed both Miles Morales and Astro's Playroom in less than a week after launch. So yeah, that like I very rarely platinum a game. The only ones I can think of offhand are Spider-Man 2018. I keep wanting to say Spider-Man PS4, but like it's got the new version now. And then at least one of the Telltale games, because those you platinum pretty much just by playing through the whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't like gone out of my way to get platinums. But I think with the PS5, like games are getting more expensive. There's not a lot out right now, and like I really like these games, so I'll just take the extra time and like put more have more of an excuse to play them basically.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one I did actually was Astro's, because that was pretty easy. Like it is mostly just beating the game. There's a few side things, and I'll admit a few of them I looked up, but most of it's just getting all of the puzzle pieces and the artifacts in every level, which I was motivated to do anyway because those things are great. And I love like looking out over the PlayStation Labo room and like seeing all of the artifacts and stuff you have and like the finished murals and like that's a reward on itself.
Yeah, it's super cool.
And then there's a handful of trophies that you get just from like screwing around in the Labo area.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's really fun things like you get a trophy for picking up a trophy in the Labo area.
Yeah.
So I saw like on Twitter someone posted their platinum video of like the last trophy they got was picking up the platinum trophy.
That's funny.
And I'm like, that's perfect. Why didn't I do that?
Yeah, that's great.
But I didn't know that it was a trophy when I did it. I was going around punching everything, and I went to punch the trophies, and I picked one up and got a trophy for it. I'm like, Nice. I like that. And then you get one for like punching the PS2 system logo.
Yeah, you change it. Yeah.
Yeah. Was that a thing?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
It turns. It turns.
I mentioned this before on the show.
I never did that on mine.
Yeah, there's no purpose to it. It just does.
Well, if you're gonna stand your console up horizontally or vertically, you need to switch the logo, right?
So I don't know why you would do that, but okay.
So it doesn't look weird.
I don't know. I mean, there's still
No, I
like
mean,
the PS2 across the face of it that you know it's etched. You can't change that one.
But with the Xbox Series X, you can't change the logo. So if you stand it up, if you put it horizontally, it looks weird. It looks.
But it's also an X, so it looks the same.
No, it doesn't. It really does not look the same.
All right. Anyway, and there's just some fun ones like that. Like basically every artifact there you can mess with in some way. I posted a video a few days ago of like holding the doing like his little spin attack thing on the PS2 system and just like sliding open and closed the disc tray with all the bots on it and just like and they're like flopping all over the place. You don't get a trophy or anything for it. I just thought it was funny. But yeah, it's fun to play around in that game.
It really is.
And there was a few of them I had to look up were like game references. Like the main one I remember was there's a level where it's raining, and like there's a little bot with like an origami swan or something on its chest, which apparently is a Heavy Rain reference.
Oh, okay.
Never played it. And you get a trophy for like shielding yourself from the rain. Sure.
Okay, sure.
Right. So like that kind of obscure stuff I never would have known without looking it up. But they're also not hard, so it's not a big deal, I don't think.
Yeah.
But yeah, Miles Morales, I have already beaten twice.
Oh my god.
And,
God damn, Justin.
100%ed and got the platinum in it. But in my defense, I played through it once for me. Like, I did my 100% run, and I got basically all of the trophies I could get, like, in the first run, because you have to do New Game Plus to finish it up. And then I put it down for a day. I was gonna say for a bit, but it was like a day. And then I started, that like I said, that depression started to sink in. So I was like, you know what? I really liked it. I'm gonna start it again. So I played through it again to record for the story play video. And so I played through the whole thing again, like recording the key story and everything, and then spent the next few days like cutting it all down to about a 4-hour like movie length. So I spent a lot of time with Miles Morales. Like I know that story very well, and it's also it's a very good story. I'll say that. Like I don't think I'd finished it last week, but yeah, like I mean I cut it down. Like with the first game I did it like kind of a TV show, because that was like 8 to 10 hours or so for the story. So I thought it'd be better to put out like an episode a week. With this, I wanted to cut it down, see how long it was, and then decide what to do with it. And I actually think it's a really solid, just like, long movie. Like that's how it feels. If I was going to cut it down, it would have been in like probably a 3-episode like miniseries, with each one being a little over an hour. But the breaks in that, like, it didn't really feel like a 3-act structure for each one. So I thought it'd be better just to keep it all as one. Because, I mean, it's got a pretty good pacing to it.
Till all are one.
Yeah. And, like, I put in some of the side quest stuff, because, like, a lot of the things you do is just, like, helping people around Harlem. And I thought that was fitting, because, like, he's Harlem Spider-Man. Yeah. So, it's, like, you need to show those little moments of just, like, helping rescue a cat in order to understand, like, his connection with this neighborhood when everything goes down at the end. So it actually, I think it works in his favor, even though those sections are kind of segmented from everything else. But yeah, no, the game is really good. The only trophies that were kind of hard were, there's one that you have to get 100 times combo. And I had a really hard time doing that one, because I was trying, like, I was thinking of areas where there's enough enemies that you can actually, like, get, 100 combo.
Right, yeah.
And it was, like, the hideouts and things like that. And, like, at one point I went to, like, the very end of the game, where you're, like, fighting wave after wave in, like, the neighborhoods of Harlem. But they're somewhat disjointed, where, like, either, enemies will come out of nowhere and, like, shoot you when you don't even see them, and, like, they're too far away to, just, like, kind of zip line over to. Or it'll be, like, you'll finish up a little encounter, and then you'll have to like zip over to another rooftop or something. And so in that time, you lose your combo meter. And so like I ended up just literally going to the first battle of the game, like the tutorial basically, where it's just like a wave
Rhino
of super
fight?
easy, yeah,
Wow.
a wave of super easy convicts that got out, and just grinded it out with those first enemies, and like it was actually super easy because they weren't hard. They didn't have any really guns or anything like that, and like even though there's a cutscene between waves, your combo meter continues on.
Oh, okay.
So pro tip, do like a New Game Plus and just knock out that trophy first thing. It's actually pretty easy. And the other one it took a little time to do was the last one I got, which is like breaking 15 items in the mall while you're riding Rhino.
Oh yeah.
Because you can't do it in one run. Like it's 15 cumulative items, so it doesn't have to be like, one run through the mall. But I don't think there's even 15 items in the mall to break.
Are there not? I was like
That would be
smashing
some
him.
Crash Bandicoot shit right there.
I was smashing him pretty well.
Yeah, well, my first run I tried to avoid everything because I thought that's what you were supposed to do.
Right.
And I saw there was a trophy for breaking them.
I didn't see the
So
trophy.
my
I
New
just
Game
thought
Plus
breaking
run-
stuff was fun, so I just said,
Yeah, that's true. It is. But I was trying to avoid them and be a good
I'm trying to
guy,
be a good guy.
Right. So my New Game Plus run, I broke everything and didn't get the trophy. And I was like, crap. So I just basically, like, I had to restart again. Like, go through all of the intro stuff, because you can't, like, skip cutscenes or anything. Go through all that intro stuff, and then just get to them all. And, like, three items in, I got the trophy. And
Nice.
I'm like, that wasn't worth all of that lead up. And then the others that were somewhat difficult were the 25 wall takedowns and 25 ceiling takedowns, just because I never really did those. So, like, I basically had to grind those out at the end. But, like, they weren't hard. It just took a while of, like, specifically trying to get people under me or next to me so I could, it would trigger the wall and ceiling takedowns. But, like, again, Platinum isn't super hard. I basically did it in 2 runs of the game. And the New Game Plus trophy, you don't have to do it any specific difficulty. So, like, for the story play, I did it on easy. Because I was like, why challenge myself when I'm literally just trying to record this? Like, I want it to look as smooth as possible. So I don't want to be, hit a bunch and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I screwed up enough to make it look like, Miles is still learning. Like, he takes a hit every now and then. But I didn't...
Come on, hit me. It's good for the camera. Hit me.
Yeah, kinda. Like, I would, like, purposefully miss something. So, he looked a little amateurish. But, anyway. Aside from those two, I briefly checked out Bugsnax today. I recorded, like, the first half an hour or so of the game. And decided it's just not for me.
Like, I knew it. Call it. Thomas, you owe me $5.
I thought you said Ghosts, but I also agreed with you, so...
Well,
yeah,
I'll get to Ghost in a second. But I don't know. I can see the appeal of it, but it feels like kind of just an aimless, like, Pokemon wannabe. Because, like, the different, the Bugsnax themselves are definitely the highlight of the game. Like, the naming schemes of them and, like, their designs and stuff. I saw a pizza moth fly over at the very beginning that reminded me of, like, Ho-Oh in the
I was gonna say, that's Ho-Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, man, that could be really cool. But, like, the progressive gameplay is just not fun for me. And, like, the whole presentation is kind of creepy. I don't know. Like I said, I've got a video that I didn't finish editing today. I was gonna put it out today, but then I got sleepy. But yeah, I can't. I don't think I can do it. And it's not a terribly pretty game either. So, like, when I'm playing on PS5, I kind of want to, play something, like, next gen feeling.
The videos looked good.
I thought it looked good.
Yeah.
It's the art style I don't think you like.
It very much looks like a PS4 game that they just also released on PS5. That's all I'm saying.
It's gonna be a lot of games like that.
I mean, I thought Miles looked incredible. Like, there's some spottiness, like, when you're going from cutscene to gameplay. but those cutscenes are like very nice. And I've seen a lot of them, so I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I started streaming after taking a week off. I started streaming Final Fantasy VII Remake. Speaking of next gen games,
Right.
I played a PS4 game.
Mm-hmm.
But to be fair, I did it to see how much better it performs on PS5, and I was actually pretty impressed with it. Like there's some graphical issues, like some pretty ugly textures mixed in with the very pretty character models and stuff. But performance-wise, like it was buttery smooth. I really didn't even notice the loading times, where in the original it would take like a minute every time it loaded a new chapter. Which, with a stream can really slow things down, so I'm kind of glad they optimized that stuff. But, like, really, I think it's one of those games that's like a natural fit for a PS5 upgrade, because it wouldn't take much. You do, like, some texture improvements and add in ray tracing, and it would look next gen already.
Ray tracing.
Hey, ray tracing's no joke.
Ooh.
Like, I know we've made jokes about it a lot, and yes, they're still funny. But ray tracing's pretty legit. Like, all the neon
Dynamic
lights
lighting.
and stuff
Ooh.
with the underground and Miles Morales, like when you go into the undergrounds.
Oh yeah, the beginning.
Underground.
I remember seeing a lot of glass, right? And so there's like a lot of reflections. They look really sharp, man. Like that game looks really good.
And the way the light bounces off everything, yeah, it's really good. But yeah, so I'm not going to talk too much about Final Fantasy Remake because we've done it plenty. But I do think the New Game Plus system is a little weird in that, because I basically just restarted the game. Like, I booted up my game and loaded Chapter 1, and then just started playing the game again. So, like, you still
got everything.
Yeah, you have everything you had before. It's basically just a chapter select thing. So it's not really a New Game Plus. Because, like, generally with that, like, you start some stuff over, but retain, like, general progress, so you're stronger, but then it also, like, buffs up enemies and things like that to match. This just, everything feels super easy. And, like, it's not a challenge at all.
Yeah. Xenoblade does the same thing, where, like, you retain your levels and a lot of other stuff, but, like, enemies are still the same, so if you just want to just crush through the game, this is your opportunity to just crush through the game.
Which I don't mind, because, like, I don't really, I'm not a huge fan of the combat in that game. And it gives me less incentive to do the side missions and stuff, which I don't really need to do because I've already gotten those items and things. So it helps some of the, the grind, like the early game grind, move quicker. But it's kind of a weird choice for how to do that. But yeah, finally I will kind of briefly touch on Ghost of Tsushima, because I also started that up, thanks to Thomas. And I want to like it.
Yep, call it. There it is. There it is.
No, hold on, let me... Like,
did you play in black and white or Kurosawa mode?
No, that's the thing.
Yeah, you can play it in black and
you
white,
can play
like
it
an
in-
old samurai film. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you have to put it on Japanese audio if you want to be true. If you want to be a true weeb.
I don't.
But the Japanese audio is probably way better.
I don't
Yes.
mind the English. But no, like, everything you're saying is what I don't like about it.
You don't like that it's authentically Japanese?
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I respect
Wow.
that. No. I'm not trying to be racist or anything. I respect how
Yeah.
It's okay to
Maybe
not like a
your own
person's
grave, buddy.
culture. It's just,
What I'm saying is, like, it's not that I don't like the Japanese part of it. Like, that sounds bad.
Yeah.
I respect what they're doing and, like, how, authentic it is, but it's just not my style of game. Like, I don't go for, like, samurai stories or anything. Even, like, with movies or TV or whatever. Like, that's just, it's
You like
not...
Star Wars?
Yeah, but that's sci-fi. It's different.
It's a samurai story, dude.
It's a
know what
Western
to tell
and
you.
samurai
But it's-
story.
It's...
But he likes the pew-pews, so,
Yeah. He
It's
doesn't. He
that
doesn't
type
like
of
talk. He
story.
doesn't. Yeah.
Like, for example, I don't like Westerns, but I really enjoy The Mandalorian, which is basically a space Western.
Mm-hmm.
It's that same thing, but like coded in a different way.
Right.
Anyway, I think the gameplay is solid. Like it's a little weird with the battle system where like you're always facing the enemy. So like I'm trying to go off and explore, but I know there's an enemy coming towards me because like when I try to walk away, I'm like walking backwards, like still facing the enemy.
Just kill him.
No, I'm
Just
like,
fight,
I'm saying, what I'm saying is like I don't know there's enemies yet. But like I try to go one way, and like my character's still facing the other way, and I'm like, oh, okay, there must be an enemy over there. So then I, go that way and kill him. But
do your samurai duty and go kill the invader.
Yeah, sure. I like that stuff. And I definitely I see that it's a solid game, but I'm worried that it's not going to grab me specifically because just the setting and stuff isn't something that I gravitate towards.
Yeah, that's
Justin doesn't like Japan, confirmed.
That's the settings that I love, right? Like, and we don't get a whole lot of samurai stuff, so
yeah.
No, we don't.
I'm cherishing this. I haven't played it yet, but I can just tell.
It's definitely unique. That's what I'm saying. I want to like it.
Yeah.
Like, if it could make me a believer in samurai stuff, great. But it's just not something I've ever really been interested in. So so far the story doesn't really mean.
I should get you for Christmas the huge box set of Lone Wolf and Cub. I'm like, here, this is fucking samurai. Fucking read this. You'll love it.
No, give him 7 Samurai.
That'll probably be more digestible. Lone Wolf and Cub is awesome, though. Wish I still had those.
Never mind. I was gonna say something. I'll say it anyway. I was about to say I like that anime, and then I realized that it was Cowboy Bebop when I was thinking of Samurai Champloo.
That's like sci-fi, isn't it?
No, I know.
Yeah.
But like I said, I was thinking Samurai Champloo, but I've never seen that. What I was actually thinking of was Cowboy Bebop, which is not Samurai.
No, you know what we should give them is Samurai X, the OVAs. Those are really good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Those are really good.
For sure.
Rurouni
Thomas,
Kenshin's
you and I
okay.
need to stream. You need to stream Ghost. I need to be there for that at some point next
Ghost
year.
is a very solid, polished game. It's very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's got a lot of potential. Don't know how much I'll play. That's all I'll say.
I'm just
not that I don't like the game.
Yeah, but just being able to share games with you, this is actually kind of cool because you would have never have played this. You would have never even looked at it if we didn't find Game Share, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot to ask. Don't you have Demon Souls?
I do, but it's a disc.
Oh, it doesn't do Game Share.
I don't think it does. I don't think it does discs.
Okay, gotcha. Interesting. Okay.
I haven't even put it in my console yet, so.
Because I was just thinking it might generate it then.
Yeah.
Because I was just thinking that's another one that I would probably never play, never buy, but I'd be curious about just to see what it is. I played Bloodborne.
He did play Bloodborne.
I was really bad at it, but
this is if you got salty at Bloodborne, Demon Souls will make you rage like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll probably watch Demon Souls more likely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you can do your share your share capture
or if you're gonna play it like I did with friends who are good at the game, so you're just kind of there tagging along. Yeah, and they just let you kill the final boss because they've done it so many times. That's how I play Demon Souls.
Yeah, but then I'd have to buy it.
Yeah, but he didn't. I mean, he just watched his friends play.
No, I played. I was in the party and everything.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought you.
Okay. I got combat in, but they led the charge and they say, "Here, Ben, do this. Take care of this." They were kind of like my tour guides. It was. I still got to experience the game. It was so creepy. Yeah. But
speaking of increased performance, real quick, I also I briefly jumped into Avengers just to see, the obviously it's not the next gen upgrade or anything yet, but I just wanted to see if it was any better than the super choppy frame rate and weird resolution of the PS4 version. And I did half of a mission again just to test it, and it was pretty smooth on PS5.
Nice.
I definitely want to give it some more try, probably this weekend with a friend, and see how it actually plays for a long stretch. But I was impressed with the hardware improvements, not even an actual next gen upgrade.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right. So Ben, what have you been up to?
Well, obviously because of the mask, it was rain week, baby. So, Combat Pack 2, not 3, 2, because I'm so gotta hate that we got Aftermath is not called Combat Pack. It's weird, but whatever. Combat Pack 2 officially released for Mortal Kombat 11. So with Melina, Rain, and Rambo. I did not touch Rambo because fuck that. I'm not doing it. Maybe at some point I'll play Rambo. I bought him because my OCD would not let me buy him, so I just bought the Combat Pack. It was only $15, so I figured fuck it. Most Combat Packs in the past are like $40. So I was like, okay, I'll throw down the money. Rain is very cool. I like a lot of the stuff he can do. There's no better feeling though than doing the round the world kick. That's still my favorite move that Rain has always had since Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. It's still so good to do. I'm still trying to learn how to do like cool combos after that. Right now, I'm just doing round the world kick, uppercut because that's easy to do. I love his little Blanca ball that he gets. His evaporation thing where he turns himself in the water and he basically nullifies projectiles is really cool. He's just such a cool character. But as from a personality standpoint, I like a lot of his normals. He's very fast. Like a lot of people complain about Mortal Kombat 11 being very slow. Rain, I think, at least from, I'm not like a super competitive. Just going from visual alone, Rain might have the fastest dash I've ever seen in all the all these Mortal Kombat games, including Melina in MK11. Like his backdash sucks, but everybody's backdash in MK11 sucks. Him just double dashing forward at you. Oh my god, it's crazy. He wants to be in your face. So that instantly made me go, oh shit, this is awesome. He has great mobility options. His water ball is really cool. I haven't messed around him too much with custom combinations, honestly, too much. But I'm looking forward to that. But I tried Melina out of curiosity because I'm not a Melina fan. Never really played her in other games. I always preferred her sister. Oh, I should talk about Rain's ending real quick. So Rain's ending. Or actually, no, I won't spoil Rain's ending. I won't do that because you should discover it for yourself. But I will talk about his second fatality, which I think they kept it a secret, and I'm glad they did because when I found about it in games, really cool, and it's much better than his first one. So first, he'll like shoot geysers through you, like, whoosh, and then like he'll do like a pose, and like all of a sudden he'll like do like this, and then in the background of him, like it's a Queen reference, like you hear arrow, and then like the background behind him, you'll see Ermac, Reptile, and Smoke behind him, and they're doing the Queen, like that iconic Queen poster. You've probably seen it, the black background and it's like black and white and it just says Queen. They're doing that. I'm like, get in the game. I want Smoke, Reptile, and Ermac in this game. Come on, man. But it's a really cool fatality just for that alone, and it's brutal in all honesty. I'm kind of glad they kept that one secret because the first one's goofy and fine, with the eyeball thing, but the second one, man, that's such a cool reference. Especially, I love Queen. Queen's one of my favorite bands of all time. It's supposed to be my favorite band of all time. But Melina, on the other hand, I guess I never played Melina, didn't play her in MK9. I never really liked her design just because big grotesque teeth. She's very popular. Just by going to the Rule 34 threads, she's very popular. I don't go to her pages, but a lot of people do. Like she has like one of the highest like searches ever. But I go to Katanas, but that's because she's my waifu in this game. She is very fun. I liked a lot of her mobility options. She is pretty much, from what I gathered, she's Mix-Up. She's Mrs. Mix-Up. She's going to try to make you think, oh, am I going to grab you this time? Am I going to go for the overhead? It's all about fucking with your perception of where she's going. And I kind of like that. Her strings felt really nice to do. I like doing her command grabs. I like switching things up. She was very fun to play. Like, I won't lie. Like, they didn't... Again, I can't speak from a competitive standpoint, but from a casual standpoint, she was very fun to play. And if you do her tutorial, you get the Shao Kahn helmet right away. So do a tutorial if you want a cool helmet right away. So you can get her basically Shao Kahn's helmet on her. She has some cool costumes. I'll definitely try it out. I will spoil her story mode because her story mode is basically her arcade ending. Because I actually don't remember much of Rain's. Oh no, okay. So I'll talk about arcade endings. Rain is pretty much like in any time, like in between fights, they make Rain seem like he's like dangerous. He's like super dangerous. I'm like, you're supposed to be dead. Are you going to do this? Like, they treat him like a threat, and I kind of like that. And Rain is just, like, confident. I'm like, I'm a god. Do you understand? You are beneath me. That's pretty much 90% of his dialogue, and I kind of like that. Rain didn't really have that much of a personality in any MK game before this.
And he still doesn't.
Yeah, he was just there. The most you knew about him is that he's the half-son of a demigod, and he's related to Tavon and Dagon from Mortal Kombat Armageddon. I can't remember who their dad is, but he's basically the half-son of an elder god. So, like, that kind of influences his character here. And he pretty much takes over Kronika's time thing, and he learns about, that, like, not only did his father, so apparently, like, Rain was given up as a kid, and, like, he thought his mother left him, but in this sort of, like, retconning, because the Mortal Kombat 11 likes to do that in this new timeline shit, his mom assumed, Rain's father, the god, I can't remember his name, what his actual, shoot, I can't remember his name, honestly, doesn't matter, basically
Prince?
tells, not Prince, no, may he rest in peace, he tells his mother that your son is stillborn, and he disposes of the body. And Rain's mother dies of grief. Like, she literally dies crying. It's really sad. So, through using Kronika's time thing, he finds this out. So, he uses it to go pay a visit to David and Tagon, and basically just tortures them in front of their mother. And instead of killing her, he basically makes her watch. I'm like, you know, just like how your husband made my mom die of grief, I'm going to make you die of grief. I'm going to make you watch your sons die. And he assumes the throne. It's crazy. Like, versus Melina's arcade ending is very much, fuck Katana, I'm here now. So, she pretty much wipes Katana out of existence. Like, she doesn't exist at all. There is no record of Katana. It's all her. Liu Kang she's having sex with Liu Kang. Raiden is consorting with her. Meanwhile, like, Shao Kahn and Sindel are behind her. Like, she basically, again, just removes her from the equation altogether. What's also great about her ending is, at the end, she's like, well, unlike my sister, who just saw me as an aberration, she creates her own daughter. You never see the daughter's face. You never get the daughter's name. But Tanya is just there behind her, like, for some reason, and she's, like, stroking Melina gently. I'm like, oh, shit, are they a thing? I didn't know Tanya went that way.
All right.
But I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, it could be that she's just a caretaker for the kid or something, but, like, the way she was holding Melina, I'm like, oh, okay. That's cool.
It's
that's
all
fine.
for the fanboys out
that
there.
tongue probably does a lot of wonderful things, minus the teeth. But what's great is that there's a little crib, and there's like a dude just being tortured, because of course it's fucking Outworld. There's a dude being tortured right above the crib, and you can see a piece of his, like, rib is missing, like a piece of his skin, and so, like, you can see Melina has a piece of meat in her hands, and she just feeds the baby, like, the meat, and you just hear it devouring the meat, and like, you know, it's like, oh god, show the baby. They don't show the baby, but I'm assuming it's like it has Tarkatan teeth like her mother. So yeah, Melina is basically fuck Katana. Melina is only one you need to care about. Rain's friendship is okay. He pretty much shoots like a water gun pistol, like at a carnival. It's fine. Melina's is, I think, is one of the best friendships in the entire fucking game. She starts off by wiggling around a doll that looks like her, like it has an eye missing and everything, and then she basically has a tea party with a green bear and a blue bear. So basically Katana and Jade, and she's having a tea party. It's great, but it's also kind of sad because, like, she can never really have that because they despise her and they try to murder her. But yeah, I think it's one of the best friendships in the game. I'm really happy with Rain, in all honesty. I'm gonna play him more. Whenever the next Combat League starts up, I'm gonna just dive full into him and just go. I'm gonna lose a lot, but I'm curious to see how custom combinations work, and just to see how far I can get with my boy Rain. He's gonna be my main. Him and Shao Kahn are gonna wreck shit. What else have I been playing? I have played more Star Wars Fallen Jedi, and if I had played it last year, I will tell you this, it would have been very fucking hard to choose this between this and Dragon Quest for Game of the Year last year. I swear to fucking Christ, it's that fucking
right?
good. It has, like, it's so good.
I mean, keep in mind,
I mean,
Outer Worlds also came out last year, so you would have had an even harder pick.
Yeah, I had a lot of good picks last year. It was hard to pick Dragon Quest over whatever else I picked, but I can't remember what was number. You never remember 2. You never remember number 2. You remember number 1.
I remember number 2 was Outer Worlds.
Okay, well, whatever, fine. That was a year ago. I'm not gonna remember that except for Dragon Quest. Anyways, yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I took Thomas's advice and went to the Sith planet where the Night Sisters are at.
Yeah,
you get a good reward for that.
Yeah, you do.
And I'm like, And I won't lie, the same day I went there was the same day like fucking AT&T cut off my internet because apparently we had canceled our internet, which is bullshit. I got to restart it that same day, but I eventually got there and got to the point where like, hey, there's a workbench there. Oh, maybe I can like tinker around with my lightsaber. And no, you get fucking dual lightsaber. That's fucking awesome.
Darth Maul that bitch.
So cool.
I love how they reveal it too. Because you go up to it and then you're like, oh, and then like it comes out the other side.
Yeah, it's so cool. Especially mine because I have the green lightsaber, so you don't really see like a dual green one. You only really see dual red. It's so cool. Just flinging that around is so cool.
When you throw it,
yes. It's so good.
Do you have more colors yet?
I only have blue, green, and then orange that comes with premium content. I don't have any other colors. I haven't found any. Like I'm trying to look, but I haven't. No, I found some
you
secrets.
Them all at once. It's fine.
Okay. Like I haven't. I found some secrets, but. And then I've made it to, and then I was like, okay, well, let's go to Kashyyyk, because Kashyyyk is the next story point. And my god, what a way to fucking start a level where you fucking hijack an AT-AT. Like, that was so fucking cool. Like, god, like, this is what, like, it has the Dark Souls combat, or, like, I have to be patient, because that makes sense, because it's a Jedi. You think about your movements. My dumbass doesn't. But... like just the fact that it has the classic Star Wars set pieces. I love it, you know? It's so great. And the fact that you don't just hijack it, you pilot that bitch and you shoot things down with it. Like, that's so cool. Like, you know, like, oh god. But I did not expect to see Saw Gerrera from Rogue One in it. Actually played, and it looks like it is voiced Forrest Whitaker. In it as the role again. Like, that was really cool. Like, that I know, like, older Star Wars games would have, like, cameos from other characters, but, like, I don't really have a lot of memories of them, but it's, like, to me, it's kind of cool seeing, like, smaller characters who you'll see show up in, like, one medium and then they'll be in another medium. I think that's really, really cool. Yeah, that whole Kashyyyk level was really cool. The interconnecting between the jungle and then the you know, the Empire stuff. Fuck those spiders, by the way. Fuck you, Respawn. You know, they have this one area. Like, what's in here? Jump down.
It's like
walk towards this. I'm gonna. There's a
no.
There's a bench. All of a sudden, like fucking huge as fuck spiders. Oh my god! And I did find like the hidden boss one, and I killed it. Took me 2 tries, but I killed it. God damn, fuck those spiders. They're as tall as a human.
That's where
as tall as a human.
It was like an early gameplay demo that had it in there, but like I didn't know that they just jump out at you. Surprise.
Yeah.
Like
that's it.
Be prepared for it.
Yeah, no. And then I went to, because there's a echo there in when you technically encounter the first one. And I went back there after resting and not thinking, oh, maybe I should try to get that echo again. Maybe I should figure it out. I go jump down. Yeah, oh no, not again, you son of a bitch. God damn it. Yeah, it's really fucking good. Like, Respawn, god damn. It's really fucking good. Yeah. It's really good.
Just wait till you play Control.
I'm interested in this. Yeah, no, it feels good to control. It feels good to parry shit.
No, I mean, wait till you play Control, because that also came out last year. It's also really good. So, like,
is that by Respawn too?
No, that's by Remedy.
Oh, okay. I know.
I'm just saying, like, last year had good games, and you missed out on a few of them. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I was on Switch. What do you want me to do? I played good games last year. It's just can't play everything.
Control should be.
I did see Control.
Control should be really cheap this year. You should be able to get it for like $20.
Guys, actually, remember? No, it's not. I don't consider it. And I think that's what they're gonna do that for Doom Eternal. They're gonna do that for Doom Eternal. That pisses me off.
No, they're not. This is going.
They canceled the physical.
It's going digital only.
I'm calling it right now, dude. They're gonna do cloud version. No. Calling it. Anyways, so the only other game I played this week was No More Heroes. I literally beat. Okay, I beat the final ranking. So like the whole game is the point you have to kill 10 assassins to get number 1. Spoilers for this game. So if you don't want to know, in case you're playing No More Heroes 1, get away. But it's all a fucking like ruse. The woman who sets you up for it is a fucking con artist, and it's basically a way to just get your money and basically manipulate people. There's no assassin league and everything, and then you fucking fight your sister at the end. Like all of a sudden it goes back to Travis's to his like childhood. Apparently his parents were murdered in front of him. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what happened? I don't understand what's going on. The final fight though with I think her name is Jean is really good though, because it requires your patience like no other game does. You have to pick your spots. I had to treat it like a fighting game because I'm like, okay, she's gonna do this, and then timing. Once I got the timing down, it was good. But I am in the. I'm saying I'm not technically have beaten it yet because I'm actually at the moment before I came home, I unlocked the true ending. Because if you get like the final beam katana, which I'll talk about those in a minute. You unlock it, you get a true ending. And the game gives you the option to see the regular ending, see the true ending. So I see the true ending. And it's Travis sitting on the toilet half naked. And like all of a sudden an assassin dude shows up, tries to kill you. And then a dude who showed up like earlier rescues you. And it's like, okay, we're going to fight in the parking lot right now. Let's go. And you just fight this dude in the parking lot. Travis's pants were down, yes. He's on the toilet.
No, I'm saying like during the fight, were his pants still down?
No. He got the other swordsman let him get his stuff together.
I picture he throws down the saber and just like uses his dick.
No, this is not. No. They actually make a joke about that when in the final boss, the ranked number 1 fight, where like if I told you the story, if I told you what actually happened to me, this game would get a higher rating and it would delay the game. I'm like, why are you breaking the fourth wall now? What the fuck's going on? And they literally fast forward while she tells the story, and you can make out certain things if you're paying attention, but like it's like Chipman speak, like it's literally doing the fast forwarding thing. And then like Travis is just doing like, what, huh, what, oh god, like just shocked entirely. It's hilarious. I really like this game. I know people complained about doing like the minuscule tasks and stuff like that, like the side jobs. I didn't find those to be a problem. I never found money to be a problem. The only time I found money to be a problem is getting the final beam katana, because it costs like a lot of money, almost as much as like entering a fight. I have to do, because you have to spend a certain amount of money to get into the fight. And most of the time I could do like 1 or 2 like assassination missions and like 1 or 2 like side jobs, and I would be fine. And sometimes I would do extra just to have extra money for like working out, buying a new upgrade, stuff like that. But or like sometimes wasting money on shirts. But like it's a solid game. I kind of wish I played this earlier, but hey, I'm playing it now in preparations for No More Heroes 3 next year. I'm not gonna play 2 right away because I didn't buy 2 right away. But I look forward to doing it. I look forward to playing it if it's anything like this one or if it's more of this.
Oh, I thought they were packaged together.
Again, no, they're not. You can buy them separately. But my favorite part of the game is just doing wrestling moves, and you unlock more as you go, doing power bombs or hurricanranas or DDTs or German suplexes or butterfly suplexes. It's so good. That's the best.
They got butterfly suplexes in there, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. But yeah, that's like I said, I'm literally at the hidden boss. So I won't be talking about it next week just because like this to talk about. So that's it for me.
Alright, so this past week I've been playing basically just Destiny. I've been grinding to get to power level 1230. Um, the raid comes out tomorrow, so me and my clan, we went over some of the raid builds that we have in place. I'm going to be, at first I'm going to be using the Warmind cells to see if that works. And the way Warmind cells work is that you have to use a specific set of guns to kill enemies to create Warmind cells, and then you can put on mods that affects what that thing does. So for instance, if I put on a bunch of solar mods and I shoot it, it blows up. It causes enemies to burn, it does more explosive damage, etc. If I put on a void mod, it'll cause them to be suppressed. There's also one that if I shoot it, it also does an AoE for healing. So it grants a bunch of healing. So I'm going to be doing that. Some of the other guys are going to be doing their charged with power sets, which grants you certain buffs with certain weapons. For example, like High Fire gives you a straight up damage boost of I think it's 10% or more. I think 15 maybe. So that's gonna be fun. Tomorrow's gonna be a fun day because we have no idea what's in that raid other than it's the robot factory.
It's Galactus,
and we all think it's gonna be a fallen robot factory. So it's gonna be a lot of arc shields, I believe, and stuff like that. It's gonna be fun. I got all the darkness abilities on my Titan, I believe. And you have so basically at the end of the game, the Exo Stranger gives you a bunch of missions to go unlock other abilities for your subclass. So you can unlock different grenade abilities. One is just like an AoE effect that slows down enemies until they freeze, which is pretty cool. Also, they have one where you throw down a grenade and if it seeks out and freezes enemies, and once you kill them, I believe the Warlock has something like this as well. I think it's the melee, but once you kill them, it goes out and seeks another enemy. So it's super overpowered. It used to be really overpowered in PvP because the freeze duration was 4.5 seconds, and they reduced it down to 1.5 seconds now. So you actually have a chance to like not die to it. Like you can actually fight back. They also released Season of the Hunt this past week, and I actually kind of like it. It's so what you do is you get this thing called a lure, and you can put 3 different things into it. You can put the object that you want, and then you can whittle it down to the perks that you want. You have a chance at getting the perks that you want on it, which is really good for grinding out god weapons or god tier weapons. Haven't got a chance to really do that yet. I've just been grinding for power. But yeah, I think me and my team have a good build going, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Gonna get that first clear?
Yeah, we're gonna try and get world first. Let's see how that goes. The only other people that have not gotten, like the people that aren't like super like known streamers, are the ones from actually last year, and the Eater of Worlds raid, which was just like a random LFG group. So there's always a chance. So yeah, that's it. I played a little bit of Miles Morales. I don't have anything really to add to that at this point because I've only played it for maybe a couple hours.
Yeah, it's a hard one for me to talk about because I don't want to spoil anything. But like everything I want to talk about would be a spoiler.
Yeah, I just got to meet Aaron. So he's, yeah. I don't know if I want. See, that's the thing with spoilers. Like, I don't know if I should talk about it on here or not, but I don't know.
Maybe we could do like a spoiler cast once you beat it.
Yeah,
because I really do think it's a super compelling, interesting story.
Yeah,
it's a little rushed because it's a shorter game.
Yeah,
but like what it manages to do, and like again, basically a 4-hour like story time is very impressive.
Yeah,
obviously the game is longer, but like the story content is about 4 hours.
Yeah, I like the writing so far. The writing's great. The characters are great. Genki's really fun. You get to see like there was a couple cutscenes where you can actually feel that family connection. You know, that's really great. Like I think the fact that it's taking place around a holiday where families get together is like really key in building together this relationship between Miles, his mom, estranged friends, extended family. Like it's actually more of a personal story than Peter's would be.
Yeah, I don't remember if I said that. I might have said this last week, but I've said it like in other instances. I think it's kind of weird to play this game like as an outsider because, you know, everyone's used to a Spider-Man game being, you know, Peter, Mary Jane, Harry Osborn, Norman Osborn, like Aunt May, like the obvious, you know, the characters everyone knows.
Yeah.
And this isn't really. Like even you last week when I brought up the game, you're like, Genki? Who's that?
Yeah, I was like that's a Pokemon, right?
Yeah, like he's Miles' best friend. He's been there since the comics started.
Yeah.
But that's only 9 years.
Only.
Like, Miles' mom and Genki are like OG, you know, Miles characters, but that's still not nearly the time that, you know, Peter's extended cast has been around. Same with Aaron, same with Uncle Aaron, I guess too. But, so like, yeah, there's comic characters there too, and some really good new characters.
Yeah, I don't know which ones are new, so
his supporting cast is so far removed from everything Peter Parker that like it's kind of jarring to play this because like it all feels new, but it's also kind of refreshing because like without saying too much, there is a fairly important supporting character that's not only mixed race but also deaf, and so like the way the way they're able to kind of bring in that you know, diversity and inclusion into this cast that they never really did with Peter's because they were all already established is kind of refreshing. Like they've tried to do that with the MCU movies, but they've basically done it by just giving Peter Miles' supporting cast. So I don't feel like they've done a very good job of that on the movie side.
Yeah.
But like with Miles, it's all new characters, or at least, you know, his cast was already diverse enough as it is that it feels so much different and like, you know, a fresh experience for you.
Yeah, I think it also does it in a non-pandering way.
Yeah.
You know, which is also really good.
Because these elements are just part of them. It's not who they are.
Right, exactly. It's not like a characteristic. I mean, it's not like a caricature, you know? It's not like a cartoon or anything. It's like real and grounded.
Right. Like, you meet the deaf girl, but, like, you don't know that. Like, she's not just the deaf girl. I just don't want to say her name or anything.
Exactly. Yeah, I met... But I don't know if it's like, the one that you're talking about, but I did meet someone like that, and it was just, like, a casual conversation. Like, he just said, and then he just did his little sign thing. You, like, meet
this street artist, and, like, you go to talk to her, and, like, you know, she signs, and you're like, oh, okay.
And then Miles' sighs because he took it in, like, what, middle school or something. It's hilarious.
Yeah. And so it's, like, you establish that element of them, but it's not the only reason they're there. It's just it's really nice because like they actually show like the characters speaking through ASL and it's right. You know, like they make sure, like I saw in the credits there was like an ASL coach in the credits.
That's so
like
cool.
They made sure that everything they do is accurate. And it's just that level of inclusion is really nice. Even though it's not like a major factor of the game.
Yeah, I also just spent a bunch of time just wandering the streets as Spider-Man, like not swinging, just walking around. Because I never did that stuff in the original Spider-Man, even though there was a trophy, I just didn't know that. But I figured I would want to do it this time because, you know, he's Miles, he's got more swagger to him, so like maybe he has more interesting things to say. And that's still fun. That's still fun to do. I like it.
If you're exploring around, you gotta go find the Stan Lee Memorial.
Yeah, I saw you post a picture of that, I believe.
Yeah. There's a trophy for it. That's why I say that. But also, it's a cool thing.
Yeah, I'll need to check that out. I think I'm gonna, like me and you talked a little bit about it, but I think I'm gonna try to platinum more games with the PlayStation 5, just because, like you said, money's tight, but also I want to get more out of my games. I I got this feeling first when I played Astro's Playroom because there's not that many like there's not hard achievements in that, you know?
Yeah.
It's all very simple stuff to do and all stuff to do, like Easter egg stuff, which I like in games.
Things
I like
that
Easter
enrich
eggs.
the experience.
Yeah. It enhances the experience for sure. Also, Astro's Playroom. One feature we haven't talked about yet is the ability to just, like, basically fast travel into a level where you could just go and pick up the thing that's missing off of your trophy list, which is really cool. I really like that. I really like that feature because instead of trying to figure out where things are and then move around and get to the place where that object is, I could just load it up and be like, all right, now I need to go to the jungle. This is where I need to go. Click that. Boom. I'm loaded in immediately. It's great. It's awesome.
There's even like the activities panel.
Right. That's what
Oh, I thought you were talking about like in the menu you can load up any level.
Well, you could do that too, but like I meant in the activity. So go ahead.
Yeah. Like I saw people talking about that with Miles too, where it's like side activities and things like that. You don't have to necessarily like, go to them on the map or like scroll through the the overworld or whatever. You can just see what activities you still have to do and the percentage completion you have for them.
Mm-hmm.
Select that activity in the game panel, and it'll take you straight to that thing.
Yeah.
From there.
Yeah. If you're a speedrunner, I hear that it's got great. It does that as well. So if someone like beats your time and you want to get it back, you could just immediately load up that level. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of.
You can't do it for trophies or anything, but it's nice just for like completion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This instant load time is real nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's gonna spoil me.
Yeah, it really I'm feeling it with Destiny. Apparently, it's like Destiny is running better on consoles now than PC since their last update.
Oh no!
So like console players are getting better load times and stuff, and they don't even have to have the new hardware. They can just have the Xbox One X and be fine.
Weird.
Yeah, there's something with their code, I guess.
So you're saying you're telling me to jump in, huh?
Yeah, jump in to your 360.
Okay.
That's the tagline for the 360, guys.
Oh,
is it?
You guys don't remember that? Jump in?
No.
Okay.
No.
That was the tagline.
I remember like the swoopy sphere logo.
It's a bad tagline.
Logo.
Do you remember like the jump rope kids, the live action thing?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna have to send you some stuff because I remember that stuff vividly.
Mm.
So yeah, I think that's it for games for me. I tried loading up Marvel's Avengers. It did not have my save, so I need to go figure that stuff out.
That's so weird.
Oh no! Even more motivation to not play that game.
Yeah.
I mean, the campaign's the best part, so if you have to start over, which
it is until you
lose all your character progress.
I want my costumes, damn it! I didn't spend real money. I just spent whatever they gave me, but I spent it.
Right. You spent your.
That's what I'm saying.
You spent
like,
your
losing
time.
That stuff would suck. But losing like the story progress wouldn't be a big deal because you could start over. I kind of wanted to start over, and I couldn't remember if they brought in that feature yet, where you can actually like start a new.
Yeah, they have. It's been there for a while now.
I
can't believe that wasn't there at launch. It's so crazy,
right?
I mean, Destiny, you can't play the original campaign anymore.
That's also dumb. It's still dumb.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, games
don't make a right.
trying. I'm just saying, games are trying to get away with that shit now, and some of them have successfully gotten away with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Fuck Avengers.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go into a commercial break, and then when we come back, we'll talk about Avengers.
Oh yeah, the boring Hawkeyes are coming.
Hey, Kate Bishop looks pretty legit.
Oh,
I'm just gonna let you lead on this, Justin.
Yeah. I'm gonna be silent. I don't want to be salty for this.
You have to talk about the fighting game stuff because I don't even know what that is.
Well, that's what. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be silent on the Avengers stuff because I don't want my saltiness to overcome it.
Oh,
but I'll talk about the. Of course, I posted that shit.
I only have an actual news story of Kate Bishop because I don't remember everything that was in that video.
I'm gonna just dip out for the news segment. Bye, guys.
You don't want to talk about James Bond?
I mean,
James Bond's gonna be legit.
Sure.
Unless I don't want it to be third person. I hope it's not third person.
It's gonna be third person. Come on.
It probably will be, but I don't like those as much.
But Ben can play it.
Yeah, I could tolerate first person, but I've never played. Oh, okay. I'm excluding the guy with. Okay, that's fine.
Exclude the guy with head problems.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, you're salty about everything.
All right, we're back by the way.
I'm so. I'm not. You just hear me just
you
gush
said
about
that
Mortal
the salty
Kombat.
way. I'm not salty.
I'm not. I'm salty about spending $80 on the game that was shit.
You spent 80?
I bought the deluxe edition so I could play it right away.
Yeah.
I still would have been mad if I'd been 60 to play the garbage that I played. It's easily the worst game I played this year on a technical scale.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Technical skill. I need to talk about any of the Picross stuff I did. So Picross was fun.
Nice.
I'm just trying to buy
I
some
don't
time for
understand
Justin.
Picross. I'm too stupid.
Oh,
for it.
I'm ready. You guys were just vamping, so I was letting you do it.
Okay.
This is a podcast. We're loosey goosey.
Okay, so Picross. I don't know if I can get into Picross right now. We'll have to save that for next week.
Alright, so Kate Bishop is coming to the Avengers.
Whoa.
Wait, what?
I just wanted you to start again so I can interrupt you.
They're still working on this game?
Yeah. They never stopped. We got the ping feature now.
Oh yeah.
It's actually pretty exciting because you can make other characters like open doors and stuff if your character can't.
That's fun.
It's a cool feature.
They should have had that in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, that you can say that about a lot of things, and it's totally true. But anyway, the first like post-launch story content is coming in just a few weeks, December 8th, and it will be Kate Bishop with her own like set story missions. It'll go to a new area, bring in new villains, and of course a new playable character with her own skins and things like that. There was a whole like trailer of content for her, and I actually think she looks pretty legit. It's called the story content is called Taking Aim. I know, it's great. And it deals with time travel, which I think is kind of cool.
Considering her abilities.
Yeah. So she has like quantum abilities, and it seems like Hank Pym's going to deal heavily into this too. So I have a feeling they're setting up for Ultron stuff as they make him more and more central to the plot, and bring in more of these quantum things. But yeah, so I assume part of it will be like, you know, going to old areas that have been slightly redone, like with time travel in mind. So like different time periods of the same place, so it's easier to develop. But it does seem like there's at least one new area. I forget what it's called offhand, but it's around here somewhere. And they also showed off a new enemy type, which is the Super Adaptoid. And it's basically an Adaptoid with all of the Avengers skills.
Yay, more robots.
To me, kind of sounds like Taskmaster still.
Oh yeah.
But I guess it's like Taskmaster as a generic enemy type. So,
yeah,
a little lazy.
In the comics, it would take on like the physical characteristics of the characters. It's like it would like have cap shields and stuff like that. It would form it out of its body.
It does that.
Okay, that's
like it had the shield at one point. I saw at least, but I didn't know it was an actual like comics enemy. So that's interesting.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway,
boring one, but an enemy nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, most of the enemy types in this are boring, but they're also just fodder to kill, so it's not that big a deal.
Aim.
So, as far as the character herself, it seems like combat-wise, she's fairly similar to how Clint Barton will be, but has her own set of like intrinsic and special abilities that use quantum technology. So she can actually like kind of bounce around the stage a little bit. Like she can. You said you were gonna stay out of this one.
You left it. I'm sorry, I can't help that. You left it right open for me there, buddy.
If he didn't say it, I was gonna say it.
Okay. High five.
So yeah, obviously she uses a bow, but she also has a sword, which is kind of cool. I'm sure Clint does too, but whatever. And
of course
she uses quantum abilities, so she can teleport around the field and like do like multiple jumps using teleportation. And she actually has an intrinsic ability modifier that opens up like portals, like Blink, that other people can travel through. So it makes Captain America a little more viable with traversal if you have a cape with you. That's the first thing I thought of. Is like, it's really just there to help Captain America get around, but whatever. And yeah, she seems like she's got some cool diversity. Like, I really like the quantum stuff, how she can kind of like zip around and like pop up behind enemies and stuff. It gives her own unique traversal methods. And of course, like I said, she has a bunch of different bow skills and things like that, and she can shoot different types of arrows, like explosive arrows, smokescreen arrows, all that.
Does she have a boxing glove arrow?
No. She can also create like a decoy of herself to fight alongside her, which is neat. And that decoy can do different things depending on how you've modified it. So like it can go up to enemies and explode and that kind of thing. And yeah, they didn't say too much about the story aside from it dealing with time travel, and it will like interweave with Clint's story, which he'll be out in early 2021. So I feel like they probably should have just paired them together, but I guess he wasn't ready yet. I will say, like, people give this game a lot of flack, and it definitely deserves some of it because it should have just been delayed. But that's not always the studio's fault. It could have been, Square, for example, wanting a game out in that quarter, which we talked about last week, and forcing their hand, like, hey, get this game out. We know it's not ready. It's a live service game. People will wait for the content. And they were wrong because they're not waiting. But like I saw. There was like either an AMA or just an unprovoked developer that came out and kind of did a whole thing about how developing games during the times of COVID has been really hard. And they never really, they're doing their best, but their whole team is working remotely. They never really know how things are going to go. In the studio environment, you have like super fast internet and everyone's right there with each other. So like when you get a new build, they're on it immediately. Mm-hmm. When you're working from home, one person makes a build, another person downloads that build on their home internet, which can take a while, and then, do their changes, upload that, someone else down. Like, it adds a lot more variables, a lot more unknowns into the equation. So they fully intended to be further along in the post-launch development process, but these things are unpredictable. So I think people are giving this game a little bit of an unnecessary hard time because they don't know the full breadth of it all, and they're just like, I want my game and I want it now, even though there's a bunch of other things you could be playing. Like I've said for weeks, I play this game every now and then with a friend because we have a good time with it and we can just chat while playing. Like the grind isn't that big a deal when I'm just having a conversation with a friend. But like there's plenty of other things to play that I've been putting off, and I'll get back to it when there's new content. Like, if you're putting all of your eggs in one basket like Square did, you're going to be disappointed like they were. And if this was the only game you had to play, yeah, that sucks. Maybe you find something else in the meantime. But there will be new content. It will probably be pretty good because, the main campaign was pretty good. So I don't really see the big deal. Like, these live service games are built to be seasonal in a way. Like, you play the new content when it comes out. Maybe you shelve it for a while. Maybe you get super into it. People have their own ways. And then when new content comes out, that encourages the audience to come back, play that new content, either shelve or grind, whatever. Thomas knows about this, except he never stops playing Destiny, so he doesn't realize it.
Right? Yeah, it's a seasonal game. I don't know if I'm a fan of seasonal content though for this type of game. I like just having it all and then having it like either. I don't know. It's weird, man. Like I'm not a fan of the seasonal model since Destiny has done it.
I don't mind it when the content's free.
Yeah, I guess that's what.
If the game was fun to play, I don't think it would be an issue
That's
for me.
That's totally subjective, though.
It is, and that's what I said for me. That's why I put that stuff at the end. And the game isn't fun for me. So like waiting for I got other things to play. So that's why I don't play. I haven't played this game since I beat it. But you know, I understand times are hard, but at the same time, the problems were at launch with just like how the game is structured
and I have a feeling
what kind
they
of
wanted
game
to delay it.
Yeah.
Does anything from the trailer interest you, Ben?
I didn't watch it because I'm just done with this game. Like I said, I've uninstalled it.
Old bearded Hulk looks interesting.
Yeah, I like the time travel stuff. I think it's going to bring in some cool costume options.
I just want to know what happened to Hulk to make him like that. So
well, yeah, they had a brief tease of Clint's story that's going to follow this up, and it seems like it takes place in like a far like apocalyptic future.
Yeah, it's like
does
Terminator,
he have a bald?
basically.
Does Grey Hulk? Does he have like a bald spot?
He's entirely bald up top, and he's got a beard.
Is it white?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's Maestro Hulk, which that's a nice costume reference to a classic comic book from the '80s. But that's cool. I should look at an image of that. I'm not gonna watch the trailer, guys.
Just fast forward to the end.
It's exactly my point. It's like it's free seasonal content. Like,
sure, that's
if you
awesome.
don't like the game, that's one thing. But if you're like boycotting the content just because like the game slandered you, that seems silly.
I got other stuff to play that I'm way more excited to play. Like I got Mortal Kombat stuff to play. I'm more excited to play Mortal Kombat, and that got updated. So, like, I'm just like it's good. Like you said, it's gonna be there whenever I want to go there. So if I decide to eventually re-download Avengers, I'm also playing Fallen Jedi. So it's like, why play a game that I clearly didn't have fun. I'd have fun, but I don't like what they did post game stuff or how they're gonna handle their live service.
But you like the campaign.
I like the campaign. Yeah, the campaign's great. That's not existent in the when you're grinding for shit though.
Right, but you can play all the added stuff that they're gonna have.
Yeah, that's more campaign basic.
Yeah,
sure.
The campaign is evolving over time as they introduce new characters.
Right.
I'll have to see like what I'm playing like that week. You know, like if I'm really into Fallen Jedi.
Back for. Like I don't like the grind either. But I like the campaign content that they're having.
I mean, I'm not complaining that we're getting free characters. That's cool, but I mean, like,
hey man, like, it's your time. You don't feel like you respected it. Kudos, man.
Yeah, no, sorry, I wasn't like trying to seem like I was attacking you or anything.
No, you weren't.
I was making it clear.
No,
that,
I didn't think you were.
You know, you're not losing anything by continuing just to do the campaign content and then.
No, sure.
Yeah,
it all depends on what's coming out, and I'd have to re-download it. And it's great that they're keeping that promise this week, because part of me was being cynical, like they're gonna charge people. I'm glad they're not, but like, there's like I hate it. Like games that I actually want to play all update shit like right around stuff that I kind of want to play. So like other stuff's gonna win out versus this game that I didn't really enjoy its story stuff or anything like that. So if it's interesting, I'll check it out because it's free.
Yeah,
and that's not.
Yeah, I mean the elephant in the room is that this content comes out 2 days before Cyberpunk. So like, it's still pretty bad timing.
You could probably finish it before Cyberpunk comes out.
Oh, I'm not even. Well, okay, that is. I'm not getting that game because I don't want to be nauseous for like 15 hours.
What about the millions and millions? Of people?
True.
The ones that have already forgotten about this game and might have jumped back in, but they're like, well, I mean, Cyberpunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but again, like Thomas said, that you could probably beat this new content in 2 days.
Yeah.
All right. So
also, I put Cyberpunk on my Christmas list, so I'm not in any hurry for it. I figure it'll have a rough launch anyway.
All right. So let's move on into some Nintendo news. Nintendo tells businesses and organizations not to use Animal Crossing for political purposes. Justin, what's this about?
Nintendo got a lot of bad press this past week. So I understand where they're coming from here. They basically put out like a guideline sheet of how companies are allowed to use Animal Crossing like for their means, and it lists like refrain from using the game inappropriately or creating any content within the game that would be considered vulgar, discriminatory, or offensive. please also refrain from bringing politics into the game. So the real problem with this is it's not just like, they're like, please don't. It actually says that any business that has broken these guidelines could be asked to stop that activity, and they might take appropriate actions, including prohibiting your future business use of the game. So it's basically like a thinly veiled threat that, like, if you use our game in these somewhat nondescript ways that we feel you shouldn't, we'll take legal action. And a big part of it is politics, because, like, I don't know if you all have followed it any, but, like, there was a Biden-Harris island.
Didn't Greg, Game Over Greggy, do something with that? Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, they put, like, official, like, campaign signs as, like, downloadable, designs or whatever in the game that people could put on signs and, place around their islands and stuff. And, like, they're promoting that as, like a virtual campaigning.
Yeah.
Since, obviously, things are different this year.
That's wild, man.
And, like, I honestly thought that was pretty clever. And, like, AOC did a whole push because she was super into Animal Crossing 2, and, like, the issue I have with this is, like, Animal Crossing has kind of brought the community together in a weird way. And especially, like, in a year where a lot of people can't see each other, it's been used in some really clever ways. Like, I think in the past we covered Gary Whitta's talk show that was taking place inside of Animal Crossing. And, like, how do you regulate that kind of thing? Because, I mean, do you watch every episode and say, oh, that interview wasn't appropriate? But, like, the show itself is fine. And so it's like, it feels like you are policing something unnecessarily. Because I understand if, like, you have, like, the KKK all meeting on the island, and they've made, like, custom, like, white suits, and they're, like, picketing, like, in public pictures and stuff. Like, there's clear hate crimes and stuff out there. But saying to not use a game for political reasons is in itself a political statement.
Yeah.
And that causes its own set of problems. Because Nintendo is showing its bias against politics in general. And as a Japanese company, sure, they can do that. But, it's a largely American and European audience that's doing this. And so who are they to say how these other cultures should use their game? Like, you purchased the game. It is your property, your island. Yes, it's online. Like, you don't want to spread hate speech or anything. But there's also free speech.
Yeah, Nintendo's always been about, like, they've always been, with their online, super close to the veil on everything. They never want people to do anything, like,
right,
harassing or...
This just seems like it's a step too far and actually, like, stifling free speech. And I don't say that lightly, because I think people, like, abuse the term free speech.
Right.
To just mean, like, I should be able to say whatever I want. And that's not true at all.
Yeah, that's not even what that's referring to. It's something else with journalists and stuff. So.
Right. But, like, they're saying that this thing you own cannot be used for these reasons, and if we catch you doing it, which, again, it's specifically for businesses, not for individuals. And, I understand there's a difference from the corporate side of things and the personal side of things, but from a licensing standpoint, I don't see why it's any different for a business to put something out there, like as promotion or whatever in the game, or a person to put that same thing out there. Like, for example, they would crack down on the Biden-Harris campaign for putting that information into the game, but they wouldn't crack down on the people for placing those signs on their islands. Like, that seems weird in that regard.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of, just to play a little bit of devil's advocate, is that they're looking to do, like, business signings or something, like partnerships with other people to put items in the game. So they don't want people to just do it for free. They want businesses to come to them. But that's just
grosser, though.
Exactly. That I don't know. I'm just making stuff up at this point because I'm just trying to figure out why they would stop it.
Yeah, I mean, there was a Mercedes-Benz in Mario Kart 8. If you remember,
that's exactly what I was thinking of at that point.
Right.
Weirdly enough, I mean, you didn't pay for it. It was actually was it free DLC? I don't remember.
I think it was pre-order.
No, it was free
remember.
DLC.
Okay.
It was free DLC.
It was
okay,
just like a thing you unlock.
Yeah. So I mean, like, if it's free, I don't see the problem. Like, hey, get these like business shirts or whatever that's licensed through them.
Fair.
But
they're towing a very thin line.
Yeah.
Of like what's acceptable and what's not, because it's not clear.
Yeah, I'm just trying to take a guess here, stab in the dark, you know.
Nintendo thinks that their audience is so primarily children, probably, and that they don't want kids. They don't probably want kids to see political statements like, "Well, what is this?" And maybe they believe that it's not their game is not necessarily they believe that their game is not necessarily the correct avenue to be exploring these kind of avenues, which that's a thing to debate. I don't think it is. I think you should be able to put a political sign in there and just like, hey, maybe you should have a conversation with your kid about, hey, what does this mean? It's not, I mean, like a Biden-Harris thing isn't hate speech. It's just a political candidate, you know? Right. Just like that's all it is. Now, if you're putting MAGA shit in there, like that's hate shit right there.
Let's move on into the other Nintendo news here. Ben?
So I gotta be it's more negative Nintendo news because, this just dropped on Twitter. Apparently this past weekend was, just to give some preference, there's a big Smash event called the Big House. It is, I think it's one of the bigger Smash events, offline, at least obviously in the weird year that is COVID. Cannot have that, and they were going to have an online thing. Just to give also preference, Nintendo has partnered with the Big House for the past 5 years. The official Twitter account at the Big House SBB put out this statement. The Big House is heartbroken to share that we have received a cease and desist from Nintendo of America Incorporated to cancel our upcoming online event. We are informed we do not have permission to host or broadcast the event, primarily due to usage of Slippy. I'll get into that in a moment. Sadly, all our competitions are affected. We are forced to comply with the order and cancel the Big House online for both Melee and Ultimate. Refund information will be sent shortly. We apologize for those impacted. For those of you who don't know, Slippy, who don't know what that is, Slippy is something that happened this year. It is a netcode rollback netcode implementation that was put into, I believe, using the Dolphin emulator for Smash Melee, or about a little earlier this year. I want to say it was earlier this year. It's basically made Melee's netcode amazing. It's way better than Smash Ultimate. I'm reading this off of Dota Esports from our good buddy Kel Michael. For the first time since Slippy mod was introduced into full competitive Smash Bros. Scene last year, Nintendo has sent a cease and desist to their tournament. Again, they did not send a cease for Slippy because they easily could do that, but they're not. And of course, canceling the Big House. Fizzy, the creator of Slippy Mod, confirmed that the Big House has denied the ability to run an online event despite the Melee community thriving thanks to Slippy providing nearly authentic in-person experience for a game that didn't even have access to online play when it launched in 2001. Nintendo decided to shut it down. Of course, this started the hashtag Free Melee trending on Twitter. It is unclear why the decision was made now rather than with the other ones, larger Melee tournaments that have used Slippy over the last several months, but it's likely that Nintendo shut the Big House online because the company was partnering with the event organizers to support the tournament. Others tournaments like Beyond the Summit, Smash 10s online are unlikely to receive the same cease and desist because it's not directly linked with Nintendo in any way. There's no Ultimate bracket at the event. Japanese Melee Pro Amsa said Nintendo has also kept him from playing Melee while using Slippy on his streams. He didn't get any specifics, but he mentioned Nintendo things and helping develop Ultimate as the reasons for being able to stream or join Slippy tournaments under the threat of being banned. Any player who entered the event will receive refund information, obviously, and of course, Nintendo has released a statement since then, which I will read right now. Nintendo appreciates the love and dedication to the fighting game community for the Super Smash Bros. Series. We have partnered with numerous Smash Bros. Tournaments in the past and have hosted our own online and offline tournaments for the game, and we plan to continue that support in the future. Unfortunately, the upcoming Big House tournament announced plans to host an online tournament for Super Smash Bros. Melee that requires use of illegally copied versions of the game in conjunction with a mod called Slippy during their online event. Nintendo therefore contacted the tournament organizers to ask them to stop. They refused, leaving Nintendo no choice but to step in to protect its intellectual property and brands Nintendo cannot condone or allow piracy of its intellectual property. Okay. So that was Nintendo. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. This is bad. I know I'm usually angry at Melee players or I don't like competitive Melee at all, but I think it's a bad move. I think it's a bad PR move from Nintendo's part. Like I get from where they're coming from, and this is not me defending Nintendo at all. That they don't want to be they can't condone piracy of their game. Whether or not they can't exactly prove that in this context, because they could easily be running it off a GameCube using it in Dolphin. You know, it's hard to say. But I still think it's fucked because this constantly. As much as I don't like Melee as a competitive scene, there's no doubt that the community itself it just seems like it won't go away. That they persevere no matter what, and it's real shitty that Nintendo decided to cancel this online event, or force them to cancel it. I don't know why they couldn't just pull out from partnership. Maybe it's too complicated with contract talks or stuff like that. But like. As Kale and a lot of other Melee players said on Twitter that Nintendo loves to use Melee players to promote their new game, but they won't support Melee tournaments and stuff like that. So, again, obviously, there's the devil's advocate that they can't advocate this stuff because they're partnered with it, and you know, like similar earlier this year when Street Fighter V had the netcode fixed, I can't remember what it was called now, that quote unquote improved the netcode, and they quickly patched that within 2 months. Like obviously Capcom can't condone that. Similar to like Dragon Ball FighterZ or Tekken 7 or Soul Calibur 6, where they're running online tournaments, online leagues, and if those of you don't know, there's a wonderful thing called Parsec, which uses sort of like a cloud-based system where you host servers to play online, and Ultimate Marvel 3 does this a lot, and where like it makes playing online games like feel as close to offline as you can because the netcode in those games are fucking garbage. And same thing with Smash Ultimate's online is garbage. Melee has no online until the Slippy mod, or at least it didn't. It might have, but this made it infinitely better. Yeah, this is not good. Especially in this year when a lot of people are looking forward to it. It was supposed to be this weekend, and now having to cancel one of the biggest Smash events online because of something like this, where something couldn't be worked out. I don't understand. It's stupid.
Seems like the Nintendo lawyers woke up this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to add to that. Because
I mean, it sucks, but yeah, I don't know enough about the situation.
Let's just move into lighter news, I guess. Project 007, new James Bond.
Yay!
From IO.
Very surprised.
Yeah. So they announced that they have a teaser trailer up. And their little blurb that they have here is Project 007 working to tell us brand new James Bond video game to be developed by IO Interactive. Featuring a wholly original Bond story, players will step into the shoes of the world's famous secret agent to earn their 00 status in the very first James Bond origin story. IO Interactive is currently recruiting elite talent from around the world to join the team, build up the exciting and unique gaming title. So that's all we know about it, is that it's going to be an origin story for James Bond. They've made the Hitman games, for those that don't know. They're fantastic murder simulators. So if it's going to be something like that, there's been a lot of instances where you have to assume someone else's disguise, and sneak around and sabotage things. So there could be a lot of fun stuff with that, with the 007 and the gadgets that he gets and stuff like that. I honestly can't think of a better developer to make this game other than them.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I think I said during the commercial break or something. I kind of hope it's first person, but I know it's probably not.
Yeah, I sincerely doubt it. It's probably gonna be third. Probably just with their same engine, honestly.
Yeah, like I love the. Oh yeah, that's. I love the old like Nightfire and Agent Under Fire games.
Yeah, Nightfire was great.
Yeah.
Wait, what are the?
And like those were also original Bond stories that like played out like really good movies. Just more padded for gameplay.
I thought the only James Bond game was GoldenEye. What are these other games you're talking about?
No, I've never heard of GoldenEye. What is?
Never heard of GoldenEye? Oh, this is a small game. Nobody. Okay,
Was that like come from another from Nightfire?
I think so, maybe.
I own Agent of Fire. I used to have Nightfire. I think my brother has it.
What?
But they're both GameCube games. They're really good.
I never heard of those. This is the first time
I played.
I didn't know.
I played them on PC, so.
Oh, they were probably multiplat, but I loved they had really good multiplayer. I actually talked about Nightfire on my my underrated GameCube games list, which I guess is appropriate if you've never heard of it. But it had some solid multiplayer. I think people put GoldenEye on a high pedestal because it was amazing at the time, but it does not hold up.
It was good for console players. PC players were like, "What is this kid shit?" And
right, and if you go back to it now, it's rough.
Yeah,
but I actually think Nightfire still holds up. Part of that video was playing multiplayer with a friend, just to get the multiplayer footage, and we still had a lot of fun with it. We played way more than we needed to for the recording, but. Yeah, I love those original Bond stories for games, and we haven't had one in so long.
The last one I can think of was Bloodstone, which I actually really enjoyed. That was from Bizarre Creations. That was their last game they made before they closed. Okay. I thought it was pretty good.
There was a remake of GoldenEye for the Wii U.
What's GoldenEye again?
That was not good.
What's GoldenEye? I've never heard it.
There was also the GoldenEye Rogue Agent. The sequel or whatever.
Yeah.
That was on original Xbox, I think.
There was one on the. Was the remake on the Wii the different one?
It was on the Wii U.
Wii U.
No, Rogue Agent was on Wii also, but it was a different. It didn't play the same way.
It was weird. I played that a little bit, and I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, the Xbox One was the better one. I think there was also a DS port or something, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Bloodstone was okay, but I think that was actually it was an old Bond, and I want to say that was a James Bond novel or something that they. So it was actually a story that had already been made.
Yeah.
But this was they made a game out of it instead of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember exactly, but or it was a retelling of one of the movies, but with a different title. But yeah, they also did the From Russia with Love game, which was also just okay. There was a slew of them for a while that weren't great, and that kind of killed the franchise. Mm. So I'm hoping this revives the 007 franchise because I think they make really good games when they're done right.
Yeah,
that that espionage with
espionage
and stuff. Yeah,
you mean espionage?
That's what I said.
You said Aspian.
No.
Yes, you did.
Espionage.
Ben, back me up here. He does not care.
Roll back the tape.
Roll back the tape.
You can put a little editor's note in here when you're editing.
Did you ever play the No One Lives Forever games?
No.
No, it was a female James Bond, basically.
I don't know what that is.
No One Lives Forever.
No One Lives Forever.
Oh, the operative. Okay, so it's not an actual James Bond game.
No, it's got the James Bond type of espionage thing going on. You have all the different gadgets and stuff. That's what I was getting at, because it was basically trying to do Nightfire or the other ones. It was a spin-off.
Okay. No.
They made 2 of them.
I've never heard of it.
I don't think
they made 3 of them.
They made 3? I never played the third one.
Yeah, Contract Jack.
Weird.
It's a spin-off that takes place between the first and second game.
Weird.
Released in 2003.
Anyways.
Yeah, there's really not much information aside from it being an original story and an origin story. But that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still excited.
Yeah, I guess. I never played Hitman or played, like, James Bond, so... Cool, though.
Play Nightfire, it's great.
We don't have any other news stories, right?
Mm-mm.
Alright, so that's gonna be it. Justin, where can people find you?
You can find me if you look for Zero Score on Twitter or YouTube or Twitch. I'll keep saying also Zero Score Gaming on PlayStation Network. Why not? If you got a PS5, hit me up. Not that there's anything multiplayer except like Avengers, I guess, but apparently no one plays that. Yeah, I have had like a week of PS5 content, which I thought was going to be more exciting, but it's basically just a Miles Morales video and an Astro's Playroom video. But like I said, I've got some bug snacks coming. I just haven't been motivated to make stuff, so I had plans for this month, and I'm kind of just paring them down slowly.
Aww.
It's fine. It happens this time of year. I got ambitious once I moved into the space, and then the seasonal depression hit, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, it's this time of year. Also during a pandemic, where I might not get to see my family on Thanksgiving.
Aww.
So that's fun.
That sucks. Ben.
You can find me at twitter.com/marvelousiggy for all things related to the self-proclaimed Marvelous One. Check the pinned tweet for my video on the Outer Worlds. I think I did a good job on it. What do you think? I don't know. You should go watch it, please. It's at 60 plus views last time I checked. That's the most I've ever gotten in my life, and that's crazy.
Would you say it's maybe at 69 views?
I'm gonna ignore that.
I didn't even hear what he said.
And so, yeah, go check that out. I'm working on the Pokemon Sword and Shield. That'll be my next video ramble coming out. I'm gonna have that before. Hopefully, if not this week, but before this episode's released, definitely like the first week of December, and then after that, it'll be Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate or Ultimate Mortal Kombat 11. If by the end of the year, maybe we'll see. Maybe it'll be into January, depending on how seasonal depression goes. Which, so far, it's not happening. But also, you can find me live at twitch.tv/Iggy2814 every Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're slowly making our way through Wind Waker, which has been a really good time, and really making our way towards Skyward Sword, which, much to my bereavement, once I fucking start that game, as much as I don't like it at points, I can't stop playing it. I don't know what it is about that game. I hate the combat, but I keep playing it. It's not. It really isn't, because the combat sucks and it kills all momentum in the game. The pacing is awful and it's bloated. Anyways, but yeah, I can't stop playing it for some fucking reason, because Zelda's so fucking cute and I need to save her.
Your pacing is...
So yeah, look for that, and of course, obviously, Merry Metro will be starting in December, so look for some Super Metroid / Metroid Fusion to be starting, and Nights into Dreams near the start of Christmas time. Also, yes, Atomic Shot. Heisei era continues. The previous episode was Godzilla vs. Biollante, which is one of the best Godzilla movies of all time, in my opinion. And then following up, the one that will be released before this episode comes out is Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. A rematch from the 1960s, and this time it involves time travel. A little bit of a spoiler, but god damn it, you need to know that. It's so worth it. Get ready for some cheese and awesome Terminator references. And then, of course, the following that will be Godzilla vs. Mothra in 1992. Thank you for everybody for listening to those. Me and Tyler have a great time recording those every time we do one.
And you can follow me, your host, Thomas, on Twitter at CanePlayStuff. Also on Twitch is CanePlayStuff. We stream this show every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. You can visit charshot.com for audio, video, written content. I have written up an Astro's Playroom review. I just need to edit it and then put it up. I'm going to also put video along with the review. So expect that hopefully this weekend, if the raid doesn't kill me. So you can expect that. Also review us on Apple Podcasts, anywhere you can get podcasts. Tell a friend. And if you want to email me, it's thomas@charshot.com. And until then, guys, enjoy your games and have a good night.
You can also tell an enemy or tell a stranger. Just tell someone. If you don't know anyone, meet a new friend, tell them. Bonus, you get a friend out of it.
Wear your masks.